Hello and welcome back. Today we're doing Lanber Catacombs on Impossible, and this one gave me quite a headache to try and beat.
The creatures attacked from all sides. Unfortunately, I'm the only one who escaped. Our expedition was on a mission exploring the catacombs. We went down to the lower levels, where no one had ventured for ages. Well, no one from Aelion anyhow. We opened the gates, entered the Great Hall, and that's when we were attacked. They killed some of my friends, and the others, they were dragged away to somewhere deep in their lair. Who could have known that man-tides were here? Maybe the others are still alive and we can rescue them. They are horrible monsters that no mere mortal has a chance against. I beg you, please hurry.
So I think I was really under-equipped to be doing this one. But we're going to come into this cavern here.
Look out!
Just going to avoid the rock slide. We're just going to go into the tunnel here and straight away attack the first enemy. Just sort of get a head start on some damage.
There is an altar in the center of the hall that dates back to Eli's reign. The great god used it to transfer part of his power to his immortal.
Oh man, I can't even kill these things in one hit. This is so sad. It was quite fun though, having it this challenging. This is also going to be our final video for this set. There will be a lot more coming, obviously. I want to cover every single adventure and group dungeon in the game. But basically at this point I just need to unlock more of them first. And develop my character a lot more as well. I'm nearing the 10k mark now, and the problem with that is pretty much all the instances right now have scaled quite high. I think pretty much all of them are on Impossible now, so I definitely want to spend some time just develop my character a little bit more. Not to mention I need to actually play through a lot of the later ones as well, just to get familiar with them and learn them and then get the recording done. So most likely I'm going to focus on the next 8 adventures, but instead of releasing them all in one batch, I'm going to do them one at a time, like as I do them, so there'll be a lot more frequent videos. First Lurking Death. So our bonus missions this time are actually pretty easy. Lurking Death and a kill chain. Click on this thing in the middle is going to give us a combat buff, which is basically just going to give us some more damage. Doesn't last too long though. You can see it down the bottom, it's only a minute. But I'll take what I can get. So you can see with these enemies, their mouth starts to glow. That's sort of your indication they're about to shoot, so you can just move to the side. Sorry about adding the overlay in the bottom left as well. I just felt like I wanted to put something there since I forgot to turn the chat off. And it was just a gold spammer message that was stuck there that I didn't even notice until much later in the dungeon. Right, coming up on our first boss here.
That's the creature that attacked us. It's stuck. You have an opportunity to kill it.
So this boss is pretty straightforward. Basically he's going to open up his mouth, he'll put his arms out to the side, and that's your cue to go up one of the poison caches that are lying around. I think there's 3 of them, and you just want to push spacebar and throw a canister at him. And along with that he's also going to summon a bunch of enemies for us to kill. The good thing is though, is each time we go through one of these phases he'll also summon a bunch of healing orbs for us. And obviously you want to avoid these poison fields as best you can.
Our main dig site is up ahead.
Alright, probably going to try for another lurking death on this guy. Alright, there he is. As usual, you just want to stand back when he burrows. Alright, moving along. We're going to get another spawn here and a cave in. I mean, instead of going straight forward, we're going to go right. So we're going to find another combat buff that I want to pick up.
It looks like we can use the altar. Look, something about it is attracting the Aztec. Be careful.
Nothing too special here with these ads, just basic AoE. Alright, there's some new enemies here. I typically like to focus down the priestess first, and then I go for the enchanters. And there's also a couple of new attacks here we need to watch out for. Let's see if I can point them out as they do them. I'm pretty sure we're going to see all of them eventually. Alright, there's this bubble here, so every time we attack this enemy, it's going to increase the bubble size and it'll eventually explode. So you need to make sure you've got a shield ready. It will explode on its own, but it'll just take a little longer. Alright, boss time.
Poor Aspar. They turned him into a monster.
This guy's pretty straightforward to start off with. You just want to make sure you stay behind him. There he goes, up in the air for a big slam attack. So you just want to be behind him. And if you can, try and fight him about where I am now. See how we get pushed back? And we need to race to the middle now, avoid the orbs. And we grab the buff. But as I was saying, you want to keep him sort of where he is now, like in the middle of the 4 totems that are surrounding this artifact in the middle. Because sometimes I find when you get pushed back, you get stuck. And as you scream, as far as I'm aware, you can't actually avoid this attack, but it does summon healing orbs every time. But as I was saying, if you fight next to one of those 4 structures surrounding the middle, he does get stuck and he can beat you to the center. And as a result, he'll probably make it to the middle first and gain the buff himself. There we get pushed back again, so we'll just race to the middle. We kind of need to beat him there. If he gets there first, it's not really the end of the world, but it just makes it a little easier if you get there first for that buff. And as the fight goes on, we start getting more of these orbs we need to maneuver through. Alright, nearing the end now. Hopefully we can get him down before... There he is.
Not far from here, next to the artifact.
Okay, moving along. About to get another spawn. I'm actually going to pull them back to where we came from. There's a few extra enemies down the next tunnel, and this just saves any accidental aggro pull. Just waiting for the shield to recharge. Alright, and now we're going to go in front of the combat buff. Oh, full bags again. I'll just finish this guy off and we'll clear them out. Okay, so we're just going to grab this now.
I guess this is where the creatures came from. Be careful, there could be more up ahead.
And like before, we're going to go for the priestess first. Basically, the priestess is going to lay shields on its allies, and we're going to do much more reduced damage. So if we take her out first, but it's something we don't have to deal with. There's another move they do where they put you inside a bubble, and to get yourself out of it, you just need to dodge. Staying inside it will allow it to detonate, dealing some damage. So right here I'm just going to speed up the process by attacking and throwing my shield. Alright, it's another group of these guys, and again I'm just going to find the priestess. We got an enchanter this time. So there's the bubble, so we just want to dodge to remove ourselves from it. Make sure you keep an eye out for those spheres above the enemies as well. You just want to sort of kite whatever you're attacking away from it. Just to distance yourself from the blast radius. You can interrupt the attack if you have a skill that'll do that. And now we come up to the final boss. Alright, she's got quite a few attacks, actually. Straight away, I think what the first one we're going to see is this, where she's going to arch back, put her feet up, and do this shockwave. Quite simple to dodge, just move around beside her. And now we've got a ceiling collapse. You'll notice these rocks fall down from the ceiling. So you basically just want to break line of sight to the boss. So you want to stand behind one. And then she's going to set off this explosion that'll destroy all the rocks. And as long as you're behind one, breaking line of sight, you shouldn't take any damage. If you do get caught in it, depending on difficulty, it could be instant death. Here comes that shockwave again. Alright, and here comes a ceiling collapse again, so we're just going to break line of sight. These rocks will damage you if you stand underneath them as well. Alright, when she does this, it's sort of like a chant, I guess. You just kind of want to just back off a little bit and watch these bugs she shoots out. You want to make sure you immediately go to these cocoons and destroy them, otherwise you're going to get a lot of ads spawn on you if you choose to ignore them. And as we progress in the fight, there will be more bugs appearing as well. I think the next one will be 2 and then 3. So it does become quite important that you take them out as quickly as possible. Alright, so if you see there, we've got 3 cocoons this time. And I've almost got her dead, so I just thought, why not waste that? Better than having a whole bunch of extra additional enemies spawn on us. So after we avoid this attack, hopefully we can finish her off. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. It was really challenging. I love doing this one on Impossible. I didn't actually think I was going to do it at first, but I hope it was interesting. And as I mentioned earlier, this will be the last video in this batch. And so now I'm going to focus on the next 8 solo adventures. Basically due just because I need to develop my character a bit more. I'm nearing the 10k mark now, so pretty much every instance is on Impossible. So I just need to spend a little more time preparing for it. But it shouldn't take very long at all. And then my plan is to focus on the next 8. The only difference is this time I'm going to release them as I do them, not in a big batch. So you should see a lot more frequent videos this time. And of course it also allows me to hopefully improve these videos as well by taking any suggestions from people, how to improve the quality a little bit. Either way, it should be a lot of fun. It would even make me happy to see this being viewed as, instead of a guide, just a general showcase for all the adventures in this game. Simply because they're a lot of fun and I'd like everybody to have a chance to see them. So with that, I hope you stay tuned for next time. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.